Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, talking fishing. If it's facts about fishing that you want to know, then tune in, folks, cause this is the show. We'll show you all the right bait to use, so sit right back, you got nothing to lose. Doesn't really matter if it's trout or carp, flathead, marlin or a gummy shark. Listen to the guys and you can't go wrong. They'll be talking about fishing till the cows come home. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
Welcome everyone to Talking Fishing, a big show coming your way tonight. All the regular segments, plus we are looking for the best fish cleaning table in Australia. We want you to send in your picks to here at Talking Fishing. We also are going to talk about a disaster in the making up at Upper Coliban Reservoir, because you know that the Premier promised to put boats on there. We've got Upper Coliban Water ads. The guys that manage that, they just don't want boats on there.
Why not? Is there a logical or, realistic
bit like
reason?
a 6-year-old kid, because they don't want to.
Oh, I see. But
Trelly,
the Premier said so.
I know he did. So anyway, we're going to talk about that tonight. Trelly, do you get that up your way where, there's a commitment? And I think one of the things, particularly with, say, boat ramps becoming free, is that everyone's starting to understand. If the Premier says he's going to do something, he does it. Do you get things like that where the bureaucracy steps in, or the council, or the DELP?
Yep, they do. You get that, but you sort of got to push through, don't you? But so it's a 6-year-old kid laying on his back, screaming, hollering, kicking his legs.
You know why they don't want to do it? Because they don't want to. Anyway, we're going to touch on that tonight. But interesting fish cleaning tables, boys, because I've spent a little bit of time over the last week going around and looking at a couple that I thought were probably the best in Port Phillip Bay. Yep. And one of them's only 2 years old.
Where are they?
It's deteriorated to the
Where are
hilt.
the cleaning tables on Port Phillip
later
Bay?
in the show.
Okay.
Well, but I've got a front runner.
Oh,
right, you're going to have to wait. You're going to have to wait till later on in the show. But there's a front runner by a mile.
Fish cleaning table.
Yeah. Yep. It has 8 sinks.
Oh, really?
It has 8 saltwater taps and 8 freshwater taps.
Oh,
really? Is it in Victoria?
It's on Port Phillip Bay. Really? It has a drain from every sink that goes straight out into the bay.
Oh.
This is an amazing...
it's not the back of someone's house.
No. Oh, we've got one of them too. We've got one of them too.
Backyard backs on the Port Phillip Bay.
I reckon it's 70-year-old Joe from Cape Woolamai is going to show. We're going to have a picture of his private one. But there is a fish cleaning table in Port Phillip Bay that has all that. 8 sinks, 8 saltwater.
They have to be down southern Port
saltwater pumps.
Let's stop talking about it.
Yeah, later on, because we're getting yelled at already. Right, about 2 minutes in. Folks, let's have a look at what's being caught by the people at home. It's time for Catch of the Week.
Catch of the Week, brought to you by Shimano.
By the way, got 10 points if you can guess where it is. Through the show, just throw up a name.
Okay.
Just throw up a town, if you want. But
okay.
On Port Phillip Bay, all right?
Leave it with me.
Look, it's so good. Last of the school holidays, they're all back at school now, but last week into the school holidays, Charlie and Max got out and landed.
Whoa!
Well, they might have had help from Dad, but
a good one.
7.2 kilo gummy off cows. How good is that, hey?
He's a ripper, isn't he?
Great photo.
That's a cracker.
Yeah.
Those boys would be having fish and chips every night of the week.
Shark fin
Till they're
soup for
sick.
school dinner, school smoko.
I'm not sure they may have had smoko at Shepparton Primary School.
Yeah. Well, don't you take the dead head along to school for show and tell, like we used to in the country?
Yes.
City?
Yep.
So here's what we've done in the school holiday with this shark's head.
Yep.
Rest of them ate.
But I'm not sure that it's smoko.
Plenty of gummies in Shepparton.
Hey, another young
Rabbit's
man.
tail.
Another young man who got out his first gummy shark. Have a look at this. Max Murphy.
Maxie.
He'll be in Hollywood one day with a name like that, Max Murphy. A lovely first gummy out of silver leaves.
He's holding that gummy like a pro.
Look at him, he's got his stubby in the background too, in the stubby eye.
Yeah.
He is starting young, that young man.
The head tilt.
Well done, Max. Got the good hat on too. Look at that.
He took that tail to show and tell.
Reckon he cut the fins off and made shark fin soup.
He should have. Go on, you, Max.
Yeah. Now, Charlie, we all know that you have a grandchild.
Yes.
Oh, actually, you've got 1.5.
One way.
One on the way. Congratulations
Thank
to
you very
Ross
much.
and Maddie.
Nice.
Ross and
But
Maddie.
you have young Charlie, traditional name.
Correct.
Now, the next one's a traditional name, but I'm not sure how to say it. Is this Riley?
I'd say so.
Oh,
Riley, okay, in a trendy.
I don't know.
I don't care if it's trendy or not. Ryel or Riley. I'm going to say Riley Mania. I tell you what, if
Good
she's
snapper.
at her age, if she's catching a
7.8
7.8 kilo snapper off Coronella, she's going to be a fishing
yeah.
woman.
She's getting it done already.
She's probably already signed up to Worth.
Yeah.
She's that good.
You're going to get poached.
Well done, Riley. I think. There you go.
Good fish.
Good
Now,
fish, Rolly.
in Western Port, so Western Port's, I reckon, snapper-wise, still doing better than Port Phillip.
Yep. Definitely.
Although there's been
it's not
some,
great, but it's
No, it's not being. It's a slow start, but also some nice land-based in Port Phillip. Not that we've got photos of
Yeah.
them, but we've seen them. But have a look at this one. A couple of good snapper at the top end of Western Port by Mark Leopold. Have a look at that, Mark.
Oh, you'd be happy
Nice.
with
Well
that.
done. Good long-time viewer of the show,
Good on you, Mark.
and
Cracking fish.
couple of good snapper there.
How
Top
old are
end.
those shorts.
Yeah, pretty old. Can't get them like that anymore.
No.
Billabong made them in 1983.
I think Shimano done them about the same.
Oh, did
year.
they too? Yeah.
But nice fish.
Oh dear, love it, don't we? Now the next one, Charlie, you want to do the
Have a
next
crack
one?
at that one, mate.
Zach Szewalski.
There, Szewalski. How'd you just roll that off your tongue? 5 kilo snapper of Williamstown.
Williamstown, nice.
Tell you what, some good land-based
Night time.
fish coming from the Warmies too.
That's a good sign.
Couldn't put all the photos up, but
Yeah, it's a
lots
good sign.
of
Yeah.
good
Off the
snapper.
Warmies.
The Warmies,
Yeah.
land-based.
Yeah, Mornington
Yeah.
Pier seen a few as well.
Yeah, remarkable.
Good
now,
fish.
now the big calamari are in, I tell you what, and they're better in Port Phillip Bay. I know
Yes.
Sean Ferdy has had a couple of good days from Think Big Fishing Charters.
Yep.
He's had a couple of good days,
Yep.
but the punters that have sent their photo in, have a look at this one. Louis, a 1.7 kilo calamari off Sorrento
Land-based.
Pier.
Yep.
Good fish.
Nice fish.
Yeah.
Great
Are
photo
they
too.
doing the whip action? You know, the Japanese, you sort of like that,
Yeah.
like that whip action. Great fish, Louis, too
not,
far away.
not unless you want to be called a banker on the pier.
You know, they you know,
Just
cast
a
out and
bit
they
of a
just go-
jig, mate.
Yeah,
There's
jig,
none.
jig. No,
Yeah.
well, we're getting them come in to have it in the stores. They're going, they're doing that whip, the
Yep.
whip action.
Yep.
And yeah, because I asked a couple of guys, how you
I went
use
out with
this?
Jerry 2 Friday nights ago.
Jerry too.
When Jerry also, right?
Oh, right, so.
And he started doing it. I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
looked at him and I said, "You used to work for a bank, right?" Because although he did
Look at
catch
you.
the only 2 that we landed that night, but anyway, we
Yeah.
turned them all into whiting. So, a superstar of the AFL Grand Final team, the Richmond Tigers. Have a look at this. Basher Hooley got out on the
yeah.
weekend
That's a good squid.
for a 62 centimetre hood.
Wow.
Well,
Just the hood,
at that.
62 centimetres off Queenscliff. There is certainly a really good population of
Yeah.
big calamari.
Yeah, and they're on the
off
chew
Queenscliff
as
at the
well. It's
moment,
quite a
so-
regular capture at the
Yeah,
moment.
yeah,
It's great
no, it's
fish.
just
some
absolutely
rippers
fantastic.
coming out.
Yeah, and lucky last, we must travel down to Lake Tyers,
Yeah,
boys, and
have
we've been
to.
talking about this over dinner. How good
Yeah.
Lake Tyers is.
Yep.
It is absolutely on fire for big dusky flathead. And have a look at this, Daniel Wild, a 77 centimetre
Oh,
dusky
such good
flathead,
fish.
big fish,
Nice fish,
nice
Wildy.
and fat. Yep, that is a good fish in anyone's books. And
Yeah.
yes, the water level is very, very low.
Yeah, but that's
is that a
Bit
felt
easy to
knife
find
in
it.
his pocket?
No,
Oh, okay.
waist scales, I think.
Alright.
Oh no, that might be a second lip grip or a stun gun. Not sure, but
Just checking it out, Daniel.
might be actually. No, the email for that did say that they released it. So
Yeah.
yeah. But Lake Tyers on fire.
yeah, and low water levels. Bit
Yeah.
easy to find the fish.
Catch him in ankle deep water, they
Yeah.
reckon. So there you go. If you'd like to send in a pic of your catch of the week, this is what you have to do.
Talking fishing, talk.
Yep.
Catch of the week.
If you want to be like me and have your photo on TV, email your fishing pic to info@ifish.com.au. Go Pies!
Yeah, I wanna go fishing.
And you know what? That's why we want an antenna. Because it's real, it's live, and we stuff up every now and then. We'll throw stuff at the boys behind the glass during the break. But coming up next, fisheries news, and there's a lot of it next on Talking Fishing.
Talking fishing.
We know what you'd rather be doing. We know what you've really got in mind.
We know you'd rather be out fishing, and today's the day you're gonna wet a line. 'Cause every day's a good day.
Stop wishing.
Every day's a chance to drift away. Drift away.
Every day's a good day for fishing. See you down at Tackle World today.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing. We're talking fishing.
Live from the studios of Channel 31 Melbourne, it's now time for some very fishy news.
And welcome back to Talking Fishing Big Night tonight. Plenty of news, and but later on in the show we're going to talk about the best fish cleaning tables in Australia. We're also going to talk about the denial of access at Upper Coliban Reservoir and why the Coliban Water Board are doing that. I just don't get it. We've got some pretty distressing video to show tonight, just about the place, and you'll just shake your head, to be honest. So, but let's get into the fisheries news. First one up, the headline is "Come and try beach fishing at Inverloch." Youngsters keen to learn all about beach fishing are being encouraged to get involved in a free fishing clinic at Inverloch on National Gone Fishing Day, which is this Sunday. Member for Bass, Jordan Crugnall, said, come try beach fishing will teach newcomers the basics, such as where to find bait, what bait to use, species to target, how to rig up, cast and fish safely. All fishing gear and bait are provided on the day with expert advice and guidance from Adam Ring from the Talking Fishing Show.
Driving down Inverloch on Sunday.
Fish Care Victoria will be there as well, and Anderson's Inlet Angling Club. Victoria's southern surf beaches are wonderful fishing opportunities for species like Australian salmon, mullet and flathead. Kids will get a chance to source their own bait themselves by learning how to use bait pumps for bass yabbies.
That's going to be the best part.
Are you teaching that, Ads?
No, I'll be inside.
Get out.
Behind a computer.
Don't listen to what Fisheries tell you to do. Back on this one, the event is located at Anderson's Inlet Angling Club, the Esplanade, on 20th of October. Oh, it's not this weekend.
Well, I hope so, because I'm going this weekend.
Is that
Might be next weekend.
It's the 20th Sunday. Oh, there you go, the LME, okay, I'm just... 9:30 till 2. For more information, visit the website there, vic.gov.au/beach fish. There you go. That's that one. Number 2, Trelly, chip in on this one. No, the headline is, new boat ramp now open at Nagambie Lakes.
Yes.
Boaters and fishers at Nagambie Lakes will find it easier to get out on the water thanks to the opening of a new boat ramp. The new deep water ramp at Nagambie Lakes offers 24-hour public access on the Goulburn River and includes new car and trailer parking. Boaters can access the new facility via road entry from Loddings Lane. Correct. This is going to be good, Trelly.
Just before you enter the caravan park, it's on your left-hand side.
Actually on the Goulburn River.
Yep, on the Goulburn River. Great spot.
It goes on to say the Andrews Labor government contributed $294,000 through the Boating Safety and Facilities program to the construction of the new boat ramp, with Strathbogie Shire contributing $100,000 and a local family providing an in-kind land donation of $100,000. How good is that?
How good's that?
Yeah. Labor government has also made it cheaper and easier for boaters and fishers to get out of the water, get on the water, with every public boat ramp in Victoria now free for parking and launching, including at the Nagambie Lakes. And I know Catherine and Charlie from Better Boating Victoria were up there last week to officially launch this boat ramp. So well done to Catherine and Charlie. Great announcement. That'll be pretty popular for the Go Fish Nagambie.
It was,
which is on again.
It was supposed to be for the Go Fish Nagambie. I believe they struck quicksand, believe it or not. As they were trying to manufacture the boat ramp itself, they actually struck quicksand, so they had a bit of a problem with the construction of it.
Wow, there you go. Let's keep moving along. Fisheries news. This is big. The Peninsula Snapper Challenge. Now, many people would have fished the tea tree comp over nearly 30 years, I think, or maybe 30 years. It's gone. But the Peninsula Snapper Challenge is on. It's 9 days of competition fishing on Western Port and Port Phillip, 2nd through to the 10th of November. So you actually get 2 weekends in that, including the Melbourne Cup weekend. So, if the weather's no good, you're always going to have a good day somewhere along the line. $20,000 in prizes. 1 in 5 entrants win a prize. there is a $2,500 Tackle World shopping spree up for grabs. Anchor winches, Shimano outfits, and we know how good those Shimano outfits are. Ads. If you want to get in on this, peninsulasnapperchallenge.com.
There is a kayak section too. Just
Get
saying.
out.
Just
Is
saying.
there? Going to talk about
That was
kayaks.
offshore blues.
Going to talk about kayaks soon.
Oh, here we go.
Oh well, there's a bit of rubbish going on with them. I tell you, this is another big event, big news, boys. Mates Day on the Bay. Now it is the 20th anniversary of Mates Day on the Bay. It's the 20th year.
Great effort.
Rex Hunt
Amazing
will be
effort.
coming along to be a deckhand on a boat.
How good's
So
that?
someone's going to be lucky enough to have to spend
Yeah.
4 hours with Rex. I bet you he says yibbity yibbiter a few times.
And I bet
But-
someone asked him how his deck is.
What?
Oh, he's going to be a deckhand.
Deckhand, yep.
Yeah, sorry.
And so it's on this Sunday, but I've got to say the number of guests coming along has spiralled out of control this
Oh,
week.
really?
And we desperately need new boats.
Yep.
If you can contact Lynette Hogan at Launching Way or Tony, his details, Tony Sharp's details are there on your screen there. Or we'll put it up on social media tomorrow, but we desperately need more boats for this Sunday. If you've got a boat, you need to launch at 7 o'clock in the morning. You'll have a crew on board at 8 o'clock. You'll fish till midday. You come back, free lunch, barbecue and soft drinks put on by the Carrum Coast Guard.
Yeah, you get amongst that.
It's a great event. If you've never been to this event before and you want to learn about it, come along Thursday night to the Coast Guard shed at Carrum, Launching Way. 7 o'clock is briefing night. But seriously, guys, out there with boats, you and your deckhand need to come along and be part of this event. It's a big one. Coronella Boat Ramp.
Coronella boat
Is it
ramp.
open?
Not open, no. It officially opens. There you go. So this Friday's the 18th, which means next Sunday's the 20th.
Yep.
Just confirming that. I had no idea. I've just lost track of the year. It's going to be Christmas soon. Coronella Boat Ramp will open. I think we've got a photo here. This was taken about 2 weeks ago, but it's nearly done.
Yep.
It will be open on this Friday, 10 o'clock in the morning. Guaranteed.
Nice.
And it's open to everybody. Then 4 lanes, great new pontoons and brand new fish cleaning table, which could be in the running
Ooh, will it feature?
Could be in the
for
running.
the Australia's best
Will it feature?
fish. I had an old lady ring up who said she's from the Committee of Management the other day, and she goes, "Can I talk to you? It's on Channel 31. It said the boat ramp's already open. I just want to set them straight."
Yeah.
This old lady rang up from
Would
the
you
committee.
give him Channel 31's number?
I said, well, excuse me, but I said, I'm David from Talking Fishing. I said, I'm probably the only one that could have said anything about it, and I can promise you. So don't jump the gun. Oh, whatever her name is. Betty. I'll call her Betty. She sounded like a Betty. And she got quite angry with me because she was ill-informed
I'm not
that
entering
someone
into
said
that.
it was open and it wasn't us. So, Betty, keep it low profile.
How you doing, Betty?
All right, we're flying through this, I tell you. Not yelling in our ear. I've got no idea. We're just going to
No,
keep...
that means we're cruising.
We're cruising.
See that?
All right.
Not a problem.
This is big, ads. There's been the
Well, the last one's
the wild trout
Bigger.
conference has
Yes.
been.
Yes.
There's the codference.
Yes.
Have a look at this on your screens now. The inaugural Talking Snapper 2019. It's the Snapper Conference. It's free. It's a free event. Come along to Frankston RSL on Wednesday, the 30th of October, 5:30 till 9 p.m. You can get tickets. Now, they're for free, but you need to book because they need to know how many people's coming. So go to the VFA, Victorian Fisheries Authority, Facebook page, and it flicks you through to a link to get tickets that are for free. What you can expect on the night is you and I, ads. We're talking tips and gear. Tiff Newton, who was on the show the other week, Tiff will be sharing her experience in snapper fishing as a female angler. Not that it's any different than anyone else's. Paul Hamer will be there, all the latest science. Rod Barber, Senior Fisheries Officer at Mornington. He's going to talk rules and regs. Aaron Hapgood will be there talking tips and sounders. And it says here, dinner, drinks and snacks provided. I might have garlic prawns. Or maybe the lobster, I'm not sure. But dinner, drinks and snacks, it says it's provided. I guess it is. Talking Snapper 2009. So there you go. And this is, that's hot off the press. So, no,
He's done it now.
it's hot.
Jack, just put the ad break on, mate.
No, this is hot off the press
Give him a wind
today.
up.
Today, in the Victorian Parliament, boys, the what's it called? The Marine and Fisheries Legislation Amendment Act 2019 passed through one of the houses.
Both houses.
Upper house, both houses. It's been through both. Yeah,
Both
today
houses
was the
now.
critical one where they didn't have the numbers.
Yep.
And the headline was Bill passed for Gippsland Lakes netting closure. We'll talk about this a bit more next week in detail because this is really hot off the press, just got it. But commercial netting in Gippsland Lakes is set to end with the Andrews Labor government passing legislation today that will boost tourism, create jobs and protect the unique lake system. This is the first opportunity for, the first opportunity for industry to exit will be 1st of April next year with all affected licences phased out by the 1st of April 2021, but there is incentives to get out next year, 1st of April. Commercial bait, eel and mussel fishing will not be impacted by the bill and will continue to be permitted in the Gippsland Lakes. So you'll still be able to get your little school prawns, your worms, all that sort of stuff. And don't forget, Victorian and Commonwealth offshore fisheries that use the lakes as a port will also remain unaffected. So all those fish that come into the local shops will still be there because the Gippsland Lakes and the 10 netters only contributed less than 1% to Victoria's seafood and it all went to the Melbourne markets. So it's not like the bream and the estuary perch were for sale in the local fish shop.
Which is a very, very important point.
It won't affect that. And today's announcement also comes on top of the $270,000 announced by the government last month, which will improve habitat and help preserve internationally significant environment in the Gippsland Lakes. Now, one of the things that does also, boys, and a lot of people don't realise this, is that if you want a restocking program in the Gippsland Lakes, if you want to do a whole lot of rehabilitation work in the Gippsland Lakes, if you want to put in some stricter rules around protecting certain species in the Gippsland Lakes, that cannot be done if the fish in there are commercially exploited. In other words, you can't have netting in a lake that you're going to do all those improvements to.
Doesn't make sense.
Correct.
No, you just can't do it. And particularly if taxpayers' money's going in, if recreational fishing licences are going to contribute it, you just can't have commercial fishing in there anymore. So let's look forward to the next chapter. But the Gippsland Lakes, the nets are gone next April, and the improvements to the environment and the fisheries will now flow like you wouldn't believe. So all good news, and well done to Jarla. She paid a beautiful tribute to the late Linton Barr. I don't know if you know Linton, but we might do a bit of a tribute to him next week. Really important stuff. Coming up next, product of the week, and we take a look at the ridiculous situation at Upper Coliban Reservoir next on Talking Fishing.
Talking fishing.
Good morning, spotters. Stephanie speaking.
Product of the week, brought to you by Tackle World.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
Now, boys, we're going to fly through product of the week because there's a little bit of a situation going on at the Upper Coliban, which we must get stuck into because it's just not on. But before we get there...
Do you use these up there?
You probably could, actually. We're going to talk about a shimmer shad and a shimmer fork. And the reason I want to speak about them is because I think they are one of the most versatile lures on the market and they don't get utilised enough, especially down here in Victoria. I'm holding both of the culprits here. So we've got one that has a paddle tail, that's the shimmer shad, and we've got one with a fork tail, which is the shimmer fork. Now they are available in not only 65mm, but 100mm that I'm holding here now, and they cover every species that you could possibly think of. So the smaller ones here are more your brim, estuary perch, redfin, all the, I guess, smaller species. They're a vibe style lure, but made of a very durable TPE plastic, so very stretchy. So they're not going to break easily on that one little hit. And you've got the 100mm versions there, which, Trelly, you'd be quite familiar with in your area for yellow belly.
Correct.
and cod. In our neck of the woods, flathead love them, estuary mulloway, snapper in the shallows.
Lake tyres, or are they a bit small?
No, beautiful for lake tyres because you haven't got a lot of depth. They are a full-bodied vibe, so they are definitely suited to slower
what
moving
sort of weight
water.
is that?
Good question. It's
Is it
there.
a 20 gram or maybe not quite?
20 gram, yeah, no, sounds about.
It's got a little bit of weight without being full of lead.
But because of the plastic, they do hold a bit of drag in the water.
Yeah.
So it's slower moving water better. They're unreal as a searching lure. So you can cast them because you're retrieving constantly. You're either hopping them off the bottom or slow winding them back. You're constantly moving it, so you can cover a lot of water in a short period of time to find fish. If you're new to a system, haven't fished somewhere before, and you want to suss out what's going on, you tie a vibe on first, and the shimmer shad and the shimmer fork are perfect for it. If you like to slow roll, I'd stick to the shad, so the paddle tail. If you like to move things a bit quicker and bounce them off the bottom, then go to the fork tail. But there's heaps of colours, so get into your local and check them out because there really is a colour for every species. Great searching lure, and I think they're very underutilised in Victoria especially.
The hotspot's going to come up later on. Now, I know the guys have been up there in the last week at the one of the fishing competitions at Eildon, and they're rigging these. They're taking that front hook off. They're putting the little trailer hooks on the back.
Little assist hooks.
And they're actually working these along the bottom, so casting them out and working them like touching the bottom. That's why they're taking that front hook off. So
it doesn't hook up.
And they're catching some nice yellow belly on them, just as a hint for rigging them up for like Eildon's.
There you go.
Yeah, so plenty of options. Great way to find fish, especially in a system that you're not familiar with.
Yep. Very good. There you go. Boys, there is a situation unfolding up at the Upper Coliban reservoir, and just to refresh people at home their memories, 1 year and 2 days ago, the Premier and the Minister for Fishing and Boating came on the show, and this is what they said.
We've got an opportunity, I think, to allow kayakers and other smaller craft with electric motors onto a whole lot of different waterways that they're currently not allowed to be part of.
Okay.
I've got a list.
Yep.
This show's all about lists.
So
right?
this is in the list.
So on my list, there's a couple that aren't here, and I want to say something about that at the end. But Tullaroop, Lauriston, Hepburn, Barkers Creek, Upper Coliban, and Malmesbury reservoirs. They'll all be for those smaller craft with electric motors and kayaks. We think that's just a smart thing to do. Again, opening up access, allowing more and more families to be able to engage in spaces that really belong to them ultimately. Tarago's not on there. I know, and that's something that you and I have talked about, Devil Bend as well. We've just got a little bit more consultation to go through. I'm very keen to make Tarago happen if we can.
So, Dave, we're talking just over a year and a couple of days. Now, part of the commitment with Daniel Andrews and the government situation, we've had free boat ramps, which is
Tick. They're done. They're free.
That's right.
Yep.
We've had the netting in the Gippsland area, which is ticked off.
Yep. Ticked off today, so netting's going to be gone.
But something as simple as this Upper Coliban, as far as boat access, he hasn't been able to deliver on it.
There is a terrible situation unfolding up there, and I know, Fisheries has been trying to get it over the line. The Minister for Water staff has been trying to get this over the line, but Coliban Water just simply do not want boats on Coliban Reservoir, Upper Coliban Reservoir.
Who's the responsible body here that's giving the resistance?
Coliban Water.
Coliban Water.
So they're run by a board. Now, in all fairness, there is a brand new CEO, 7 days in the job.
Right.
Fingers crossed he can do something, but we've had a video sent in to us by Mick from Malmesbury, and it's worth taking a look at. Now, let's play the video and we'll talk over it because I want to point out a couple of things in this video. Let's have a look. So this is the current access that they've allowed, right?
Right.
Except the gate's closed, so you can't drive your car down or take your boat down.
So it's not access.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Well,
as
if you
access.
can squeeze...
They say it's access.
That's not access.
That's what they,
I don't think this would pass the Premier's pub test of access. Now, you're going to count. Let's count down to the lake here. So this is what you got to carry your boat down here.
So for the Upper Coliban management, this is where we put the Benny Hill music on, do we?
No. Yeah, absolutely. So look, you're allowed to walk all over that area, by the way, but you're not allowed to drive down the gravel road.
Yeah, it
Clearly looks like
a boat ramp. Yeah. Now, let's have a look at this.
Yeah.
Right. 129.7 metres down to the edge, right? And now this is right next to the wall, which is where you don't want to fish. But there's buoys and ropes out there to stop you going near the wall, right?
Yeah.
Now this is the other entry point, Premier Mine Road, which is where everybody wants to launch. Have a look at this. Right, beautiful road. Great track down. Oh, look, all the way down to the... Oh, look, a turning circle with your boat on.
Yeah.
Oh, someone's put rocks there so you can't get in.
Oh, my God.
Oh, and there's a sign there saying you're not allowed to fish, boat, you're not allowed to walk, you're not allowed to breathe there, not allowed to do anything. Now, have a look at this, right? See those two rocks in the middle to the right there?
Yeah.
If you took them out...
Is that
there's a boat ramp behind it.
Ah, the old access point.
And look, there's two white pegs. That's where I reckon Upper Coliban used to launch their tinny to go and do inspections there. The boat ramp's there.
Yeah.
All they've got to do is move the two rocks.
Move a couple of rocks. I reckon you could take your kayak up there, Ads.
No dramas. But why do they not want people getting there?
Plenty of parking and minimal damage to the lake, as it looks like this potential access point has already been utilised. Of course it has, Mick. Of course it has. Look at the great car park there.
Who's Mick?
So
Mick from Malmesbury, he's a local there that's filmed all that. Now,
yeah, well done, Mick.
What I don't get, and I think we should set a time frame, 1 week. 1 week, Coliban Water, to move those two rocks, pull down your ridiculous signs that tell you about what you can't do there, and how about putting a sign up that says what you can do? Move the two rocks and let people launch their boats, and as the Premier said, tinnies with outboard motors. We're not going to accept just kayaks. Tinnies with electric motors. That's what we want on Upper Coliban.
Are there any reasons from them why they won't open it? Like,
yep.
They don't have to
like
do anything.
I said at the start of the show, a 6-year-old kid, they go, because we don't want to. They don't want to. It's ridiculous. And Mick from Malmesbury actually rang me today and said that Premier Mine Road is about 2 kilometres from the wall, and it's like that is where all the fish are. All the fish are at Premier Mine Road. That's where you want to fish.
That's where you're,
to put it bluntly, he said the wall is the arse end of the lake.
Well, so what would happen if tomorrow I took my kayak, because I don't need a boat ramp to launch a kayak, what if I was to park where those two rocks are and wheel my little kayak down into the water and put in off that boat ramp?
Do you know what would happen? Absolutely nothing, because the Water Authority have no power to stop you from doing that. They put up all these crap signs. They have no power to stop you from doing that. So go for it. But what we don't want is people discriminated against and not being allowed to put a trailer with their tinny, with their electric motor, into that boat ramp. It's absolutely a previously used boat ramp, and they've stuck 2 rocks in front of it, and it's not good enough. And I'll give them 1 week.
It makes
1
no
week
sense.
to remove those 2 rocks, take their signs down. Because I tell you what, the Premier's going to come on the show very shortly, and we're going to have to ask him why is he denying access to recreational anglers at Upper Coliban River, and that's not going to be a great conversation.
Got rocks in their head.
There you go. Coming up next, Kramer's Mailbag, and we search for the best fish cleaning table in Australia, next on Talking Fishing.
Talking fishing.
We know what you'd rather be doing.
We know what you've really got in mind.
We know you'd rather be out fishing. And today's the day you're gonna wet a line. 'Cause every day's a good day.
Stop wishing. Every day's a chance to drift away.
Drift away.
Every day's a good day for fishing. See it down and tackle world today.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing. We're talking fishing.
bit of mail tonight, and then straight into the boat ramp.
Okay.
To the
For the cleaning tables.
cleaning
I'm
table.
looking
Sorry.
forward to this, actually.
Roy writes to us, and Roy goes, special question to Fisheries Victoria. Well, they're not here, so we're going to have to answer it. When the new hatchery opens, will we fishers be able to keep a couple of silver perch from the rivers in the future, as at present not allowed because they say they are endangered, and at present you can go up the northern rivers and catch good numbers of silver perch, more than carp actually, but have to release them. They are very good looking fish and of good size also. Thanks from Roy. Trelly? Plenty of them up the northern rivers?
They have. We got lots of them up our way. It's
okay.
like little pests. And the best way to catch them...
When you say little though, we had one on Catch of the Week the other week from the Murray that was quite a big fish.
one,
Yeah, I know. But they're,
Are they good eating?
Oh, a lot of bones in them.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, from what I remember.
People want to keep them though?
Yeah. Not really.
Roy does.
But yeah, Roy.
He might have a
tell you what,
smoker
I
or
reckon,
something like that.
I reckon Roy, you'll be on the cards.
Roy, can I just say there is a document up on the Victorian Fisheries Authority's website, and it's titled Revolutionising Inland Fish Production and Stocking in Victoria. It's a 10-year vision, and in that it says at the new hatchery, 500,000 silver perch stocked per year, including in 30 new urban waters. So there's going to be a lot of waters that are going to be stocked with silver perch if the 10-year vision comes true, which I had played a part in as the chairman of the Snobs Creek board. We come up with that plan, 10-year vision, and silver perch will be on the menu.
That's right. And I reckon I'll be on the menu with the fish that's already there.
Yeah, we'll too, yeah. So I think that's that one. That's that one. All right. This one here. Adam. This is from Brendan. Hi. With boat ramps and parking free, does the same apply for kayak fishermen? How will the ticket inspector know you're fishing if you carry the kayak on the roof?
Doesn't matter because it's free.
But that's a ridiculous question from a kayaker, again, right? Because
they're like that.
No, yeah, because if you carry your boat in on the roof, right? Number one, I'll go, you have got a million more places to launch than at boat ramps, so you can launch anywhere.
Yep.
Number two,
even at Upper Coliban.
Don't park a single car in the car park that's allocated to boats and trailers.
Yeah, that's common sense though.
Yeah. So, yeah, but he's saying how will they know? Well, they won't. There's no ticket inspectors because there's no tickets. But I'm saying don't park at boat ramps. Park in the single car parks.
Yeah, single car parks.
If you park in the trailer section.
Yeah, but that's one of the perks of owning and fishing out of a kayak.
On board.
Is that what the sticker would say?
Yeah, kayak. You ever get a kayak on board, so they know you have a kayak.
Do you reckon if he had a kayak on board sticker and parked in a car park that was suitable for a boat and a trailer?
I'd book him.
No, I don't really have a car left. He wouldn't have wheels left anyway by the end of it. So, yeah.
I guarantee you, guarantee it.
Yeah.
There is more crazy people that don't fish that park in boat trailer and boat parking than guys with kayaks. Guarantee it.
Yeah, you're starting to split it.
Guarantee it.
Yeah.
Next.
Do you know that this is a true statistic that many bank managers have kayaks?
Bank managers.
And workers.
Bet you more of them can afford boats than kayaks.
There's a lot of bankers with kayaks. All right, now let's keep going along. Troy sent this to us, and so did Neil McKenzie. Neil writes, hi David, Alan and Trelly. I've heard that there will be some dredging taking place in the mouth of the Yarra and the South Channel next month. What is your opinion on how this will affect this year's snapper spawn? We seem to be having good rainfall this year again, which would help with the spawning process, but with the dirty water and potentially contaminated silt after dredging, this will be a bad year for survival rate of this year's spawn. I think we've got a photo here of the dredge.
It's a head scratcher, Dave.
That is what is going to be. That is what's going to be up in the Yarra River, right?
Yeah, it's a head scratcher.
If so, what a shame after bumper spawns the last couple of years. Yeah. Maybe snapper fishermen should keep this in mind when taking just size pinkies early in the season, as there might end up being an off-season due to the above. And have a look. The next slide is the map. That's where they're going to dredge in the Yarra.
Yep.
But I think all the spoil comes out and goes into the spoil ground. So that whole area is just going to be muddy water.
Who comes up with that? Because when is it going to take place, Dave? Hit me with a date.
Hang on, I got it on here. I should have referred to my notes. Dredging works will be carried out at various locations. Dredging work will commence on the 17th of November.
Okay.
So the prime of snapper season.
Is it just because people who work dredging boats prefer to work in the nicer weather as well? Why couldn't this be done in the middle of winter?
No, this is my problem with the whole of Department of Transport, who, may I say, oversee the better boating Victoria, which has taken a year to do what should have been done in 3 months. Right? They are full of red tape.
Yep.
And one department doesn't talk to the next. So the Department of Transport, who runs the ports,
Department of Trannies.
they just go, let's dredge the bay and let's stuff.
Well, let's do it in the middle of November.
Like Paul Hamer will tell you that the Yarra River is so important to the survival of juvenile snapper, and yet they're just going to wreck
So
it. Anyway,
how did they come up with the middle of November? Because how long is it going to take?
stuffed? Right through till February.
Okay, so the season's
Absolutely
buggered.
stuffed, I'll tell you what. That's Fisheries News. There you go. If you want to send in Kramer's Mailbag, this is what you have to do.
Send your mail to Kramer's Mailbag, PO Box 734, Patterson Lakes, Victoria 3197, or email kramer@ifish.com.au.
Alrighty. I tell you what, fish cleaning tables.
The best one.
It's a big question. Where is the best one in Australia? Now, we've asked people on our social media, and we've come up with a whole lot of fish cleaning tables. I reckon we show a few pictures, but let's talk about them as we go through. So number one is old Donnie sent this in, and he reckons he's found the best one, Coffs Harbour.
Oh. So is this the best one, or is this just one of the nominations?
Well, you guys have had a pathetic effort at telling me where that one is in Port Phillip.
Well, it certainly wasn't.
It wasn't Coffs Harbour, no. But that's
right.
probably the best one that Donnie's been able to find. Now he's 90
What's
and
so
he's
good about that?
still got a Commodore 64 as a computer.
Is it just because it's clean?
Well, I don't know. Just looks like a good table, right? So anyway, that's Coffs Harbour. Let's have a look at Tooradin. Is the next one. Now, Donnie writes here, Tooradin cleaning tables, the problem there is like Hastings, where there is a 50-metre raised edge on each side of the table surface. That's so that no offal falls off the side, I guess. Yeah. And makes filleting difficult without a 50-millimetre thick board. So Donnie's saying Tooradin no good.
Did Donnie send Tooradin in as well?
Yeah.
So why would you nominate if it's clearly not the best?
Well, we're trying to find the best. You know.
Oh, okay.
Now we're showing what's not good.
Yep.
The next one is Frankston. Now, I heard that Frankston was pretty good because it was only built less than 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Cost significant money. Stainless steel. See that pipe down the centre?
Yep.
That's a waste disposal system. So you throw your guts and your bones down there, and there's some chomping up machine pumps it out into Cannonall Creek, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah. Filled to the brim with rubbish and absolutely useless.
Looks too
So
small.
is that?
And
so is that just a
really big, like a 10-inch pipe? That was going.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Yeah, but it's just clogged to the.
I need to be able to drop a 5-kilo snapper.
It's full of crap. Yeah, it's full of crap. The hose is not bad. It's stainless steel, but that is a stainless steel bench. And see all the black marks on there? Absolutely disgusting. It's like it's rotted into the stainless steel.
So it's not
obviously
maintained.
a cheap.
At least you could
stainless
fill it
steel.
off it.
Nah, you
It's got
wouldn't.
no edges.
Well, there'd be that much disease on that trolley. I wouldn't put my fish on there. So,
Okay, so Frankston's
One
no
an
good.
edge.
all right, have a look at this one. We're going to go a little bit over time on this, but we've got plenty of time.
That doesn't look like a bad setup.
That is the Beau Morris Motor Yacht Squadron.
Private though.
I'll tell you, a private.
Yeah.
Now listen to this, right? They're the best bar none, says Sam. They comprise of 8 individual basins, each with fresh and saltwater taps, stainless steel construction, polycarb tops so you don't blunt your knives, concrete flooring which can be washed down with either salt or fresh water. They get used daily, but as you see, are spotless because
big
fishers
time.
take care of them.
That's big time.
All right, they're yelling at us in our ear. Let's go to the next one.
Count.
No, this is old 70-year-old Noel from Cape Willamai.
That's a private one too.
Now this is the last one. I'm going to wind this up. But this is his features of the best, right? He's got 2 basins with hot and cold running water, assorted filleting knives and fish scalers, filleting boards that also act as covers for the basins, paper towel and soap dispenser, cleaning brush, ideal waist height so no bending over when you're 70, a rolling pin which is sitting on the cupboard for butterfly and garfish, cupboard storage, and the best feature is close proximity to the beer fridge.
Yeah, nice. Winning.
All right.
No edge.
We have a winner.
Got to
Have
go to
your
a
beer.
break. Coming up next, hot
edge.
spots next on Talking Fishing.
Short one.
Talking fishing.
G'day, Callan here from Paul Worsland's Tackle World Cranbourne. Supercharged batteries have been supplying maintenance-free marine batteries since 2001. The Seamaster Gold range is second to none, delivering superior starting power and reserve capacity. No need to top up with water. Truly a fit and forget battery. With up to 2 years replacement warranty, you know you have quality. Your battery is your lifeline. Without it, you're dead in the water because it's bloody hard to push start. I've got a Seamaster battery in my boat. Make yours a Seamaster Gold today.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
And now the segment you've all been waiting for.
Hotspots, brought to you by Seamaster Batteries.
Charlie, just before we do hotspots, where the hell is Wangnu?
Wangnu.
Because Dennis from Wangnu said to say hello.
Oh, did he?
You know Dennis from Wangnu? W-U-N-G-H-N-U.
Yeah,
Dennis
that's
from
where
Wangnu.
Well, you call it one sheep or one new.
Yeah.
It's just above Shepparton, between Shepparton and Numurkah. Come here, Dennis.
Dennis said to say good day. Anyway, all right, let's kick it off. The number one hotspot for this weekend. Still a bit cold water, boys, and I know snapper's on everyone's mind, but if you want to get one of those big Bashahuli calamari, head to Queenscliff. It's our number one hotspot.
Is it the home of big calamari?
Yes.
We're ready to go there?
In the Queenscliff bite.
Okay.
As Chris was talking about last week.
I'm going there in the morning, actually, at 5 o'clock.
Tomorrow morning?
Yep.
You'd be lucky to be home from Chinatown.
Yeah,
Going straight from
not the awards
Chinatown.
night.
All right. This Sunday, I also mentioned it is Mates Day on the Bay, and we need boats, so please volunteer your boat for this Sunday. But always at Mates Day, there is a fish that comes from 17 metres off Aspendale, and that's our next hotspot. Get out to Aspendale, 17 metres this weekend, if the weather's kind to us. There will be some good snapper around there this weekend. Let's head over to Western Port now, and the capital of calamari. There'll be some big ones there, the Tyab Bank.
Yeah, there's always some big fish up around there.
Use big jigs.
Yeah.
Work them hard.
3.5s and 4s.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Now, we said Coronella Boat Ramp opens this Friday.
Yep.
Did I say that? This Friday?
Yep.
Get down to Coronella, use the new ramp because the snapper should go off this weekend. And depending on what the wind's doing, there's quite a few places around Coronella that you can get out of the wind and
yeah, that's right. And there has been fish coming in from there lately anyway.
Unweighted pilchard?
Squid rings.
No, not unweighted.
Oh, in Western Port. It's too much tide.
Sinker.
Yeah,
that'll do.
Tell us how you go with that, mate.
Big River yellow belly. Charlie, tell us about it. That's the next hotspot.
Yeah, actually,
Jacqueline was up there.
Jacqueline was up there, and some of the girls. They had there was a couple of shows up there on the weekend and a competition. So some big yellow belly being caught up there, up to 55, 60 centimetres.
Good
some
fish.
big trout being caught below the wall, but there's also some big trout also being caught in the dam too. So Big River Arm back towards the wall, and Goffs Bay area seems to be producing probably the most of them. So
there you go.
great fishing.
Heard on the news this morning, Goffs Bay Caravan Park, 18 caravans destroyed by fire. This morning too.
Really?
Didn't make the mainstream news, but it was certainly on 3AW this morning. That
no good.
18 caravans
Didn't hear that.
destroyed in Goffs Bay.
Yeah,
And lucky last, get to Lake Tyers if you can. Dusky Flat, it'd be a great place to go for the Melbourne Cup weekend.
And you can catch those big fish land-based too, just saying.
Yeah.
Just walk the banks, Yeah, they're in the shallow water. So there you go. There's the hot spots. Trelly, let's talk about yellow belly because we are coming into the prime time for yellow belly, aren't we?
We are, it's a bit like the bay. We're just waiting for that temperature rise just a little bit. And again, some of the rigs that we're using is something like soft plastics ads you had here, taking that front hook off and have the little trailing hooks behind it.
Yep.
If you have a little bit of trouble with them, you use your brim tactics. So the yellows will probably bite as far as just an unweighted bait like a small yabby or a good bunch of worms.
I can't get over how many yabbies we are selling through the
We
shop.
can't keep up with yabbies.
And they're just going to Eildon to try and catch yellow belly.
Yeah.
It is phenomenal how many yabbies are going out.
That's right.
The number one bait, or is it just one of those things?
It's probably the number one bait as far as a bait goes, but black plastics.
Yeah.
Black plastics is another one, a 2-3 inch black
I
plastic.
wonder why.
Work along the bottom.
Why black? I mean,
I don't know.
In the murky waters of Eildon.
Just good silhouette. Stands out on everything black. Doesn't matter what the water condition, doesn't matter what the day does, a black will always stand out.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I can think of because so many species.
Yeah. What
like
line
black
class would
lures.
you use for yellow belly if you're going to Eildon?
I'd probably use about 6 kilo if you.
So 20 pound.
6 kilo, 12, 15 pound.
Oh, is it?
About
Good at
15
my
pound.
conversion here.
So, but go as light as you can. You know where your head tells you, I shouldn't be using this light stuff.
Yeah.
Just try and go beyond, try and break your head thought and go as light as you can, because
So
you
it
will
does
pick
make a
up more
difference on
fish.
the yellows.
Correct. And a lot of times, like I'll actually fish and I'll put my rod down, pull a bit of line out, leave my bail arm open, put a stick on it or a leaf or something, and just let them take line. Because it's like Britain, they'll either take it like really gentle.
Mono or
like
braid?
Mono.
Mono, yeah.
I'd definitely go mono.
Leader?
Leader, yeah.
Fluorocarbon?
Fluorocarbon leader. I'd definitely recommend fluorocarbon leader. Once you get to about 15 pound in fluorocarbon leader, I'd swap over to normal mono, but you're going to fish below that sort of poundage.
Yeah.
And work your banks. You can find the fish up there on your sounders, which is really good. And then work your banks. So some of those shallower banks too, like cast lures out, like bibless lures and some of those plastics. And just, it's nearly a shake your rod and sort of pick up the slack, shake your rod and
very
sort of
slow.
work them along the bottom.
Very slow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, getting some rips, and it'll get better. Normally, it's a bit like the snapper that coming up to Melbourne Cup is the weekend for the snapper. It's sort of the weekend for
Must
big
do the
yellow
yellows
belly
this
up
year.
there.
Yeah, I know. Need to go and do that. So that's it for Talking Fishing. Next week, it's our 5th birthday, boys. Did you realise we'll be going 5 years next weekend? Next Tuesday, sorry. So we'll certainly be in party mode, I can tell you. Don't forget, if you have a boat and you can participate in Mate's Day this Sunday, please contact Lynette Hogan first thing in the morning. Until we see you again next Tuesday on Talking Fishing, please stay safe on the water and enjoy your fishing.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing. We're talking fishing.